a product launch, have some fun. This is the time where you've worked really hard to show the world what you've been doing, and for your family and friends to see the output of all your hours of hard work. You should enjoy it. And you're going to need that sort of attitude to carry you through what will surely be a really energy-consuming period of your product development, but it is definitely part of the fun. Hey everybody, I'm Marcus, the COO and co-founder of Origami Labs. We make cool voice, software, and hardware products. And I'm really happy to be here and be a mentor for 92 Express. Yeah, getting ready for a product launch is really tricky. But at least for us, we broke it down into sort of 3 parts of it. The first part was what we did before we hit play on that launch, right? So I think if you talk to any sports team manager who puts together a strategy for their team on the field, they essentially have the plan before they walk out on the field, and that's what they try to stick to, and hopefully they can win off of that. And I think launching a product is very, very similar. Even though you've spent all this time on the physical product of it, you need to spend as much time in some ways on understanding who's going to buy it. So doing your market research, doing tests of your product in the market, using maybe Facebook ads or a website to drive people to give feedback or give their contact information, and trying to build up the interest in the product and evaluating the interest in the product before you step onto the playing field. For us, the second part was once you're on the field and you're up against the other team, how are you going to handle that? And so in this case, they are your friendly customers, but they will have a lot of questions about what you're building and how you're building it. And so that's not the hard part though. The hard part is you're doing it in an environment where you probably don't have a lot of credibility because you're a startup that nobody's ever heard of, and possibly you're in a part of the world that they have never ever even been to. And so managing your customers or your backers in that environment needs a lot of energy and focus. Specifically, the 2 things that we tried to avoid was misunderstanding. So communication is full of potential landmines, and one of the things that we tried to do was to update regularly to our customers in our product launch process, and also to be as transparent as possible. So when we run into production issues or we run into certain things that will change on the product, we would try to communicate that as soon as we could. And I think that the second thing that we tried to do is that when questions would come, we'd try to respond as quickly as possible. I think there's nothing quite as frustrating as customers to feel like your voice is not heard. And sometimes people will ask crazy questions. Some people will ask questions you don't have answers to. But a response is still a response. I think the final thing that we try to remember is in a product launch, have some fun. This is the time where you've worked really hard to show the world what you've been doing, and for your family and friends to see the output of all your hours of hard work. You should enjoy it. And you're going to need that sort of attitude to carry you through what will surely be a really energy-consuming period of your product development, but it is definitely part of the fun.